today at the gorgeous Palms Hotel and Casino, where 309 players have ponied up $10,000 to take their chance at winning a piece of the $3 million prize pool. Lady Luck has smiled upon 6 players who will match wits tonight on the Felt battlefield. By the end of the night, only one player will remain. Only one player will claim the championship trophy and $750,000 in cash. This is Final Table Poker.
Hi, I'm Phil Gordon. Winning the World Poker Tour event at Bay 101 was one of the most exciting days of my life. All my hard work and study had finally paid off. Have you ever watched a televised poker tournament and wondered what the players at the table were thinking? Why'd they raise? Why'd they go all in? Why'd they call? Why'd they fold? If so, I think this is going to be the absolute perfect video for you. In this first Expert Insight presentation, you're going to listen in on my thought process as I play at a final table very similar to Bay 101. You're going to experience the excitement and pressure of playing at a final table under the lights and on camera. Most importantly, you're going to learn how I make winning decisions at No Limit Texas Hold'em. I should note that the insights in this video assume that you already know the real basics of Texas Hold'em and poker. But if you need a little brushing up, I would suggest that you go to the Expert Insight website for a great explanation of the game. There's going to be a ton of information covered in this video, so I strongly recommend you find a comfortable playing zone before continuing. I'm going to be playing my A game, and I want you on yours as well. Now let's get out there.
Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining us. Now let's take a closer look at the 6 players who will be competing in tonight's event.
Okay, when I sit down at the table, the first thing I do is begin to measure up my opponents. I consider things like their playing styles, their state of mind, the size of their chip stacks, and I use all that information to devise a plan for beating them.
He's young, he's confident, and he's our chip leader in C2 with $972,000. The young man calls himself Butch Dude, and he's
primarily an internet player. Butch is part of the Cool Guy Crew. It's an exclusive poker club for the young and unemployed. This is Butch's 3rd live tournament, and he's prone to giving away some tells. He plays a loose, aggressive game, and he abuses the all-in bet. Butch's skills and experience aren't up to the level of his ego, though. He's described himself as the new poker superstar who will take the game to the next level.
Starting in second place in Seat 6 with $720,000 is Bruce Buffer. Now, most players think that
Bruce is going to kill them. Literally. Bruce stays both mentally and physically fit as an active kickboxer. He's very aggressive and very intimidating. Bruce is part of the any 2 cards can win school, and he's almost impossible to read. His key weakness is that he bluffs far too much. So if I get a chance to trap him, I'm going to take it. Bruce told me during the last break that I'm overrated.
Next up in Seat 4 is top professional and class act Harmony Jensen. She's currently in 3rd place with $579,000. Harmony is an awesome
player in every respect. She really doesn't have any glaring weaknesses. My guess is that she's going to play a little bit tight and wait for some strong hands. She respects my game and considers me a tight, aggressive player, so I might be able to run a bluff against her. Then again, she might be able to run a bluff against me.
Okay, in 4th place in C3 with $538,000 is Phil Gordon.
He's in need of some chips. At the end of play yesterday, I was a huge chip leader until I lost a big pot to Butch when he put a bad beat on me. I'm still feeling the burn. When I'm on tilt, I tend to play too many hands and play them too aggressively, so my current game plan is to play tight. Remember, big money is in the top 3 spots. I'm going to let the aggressive players battle, and then I'm going to start gambling when we're down to 3.
In 5th place, sitting in Seat 5 with $205,000, is the upcoming superstar of poker, KW.
He's one of the best players in the world. He's mastered just about every single playing style in every game. My guess is that since he's low on chips, he'll be sitting back and waiting for premium hands. Since he's 2 seats behind me, I'm going to be in a good position to use my table image to steal his blinds.
And finally, in Seat 1, Our short stack with $76,000 is one of the game's most respected and feared competitors, Chris Jesus Ferguson. Now, Chris is one of the
world's best poker players and also one of the nicest guys I know. He's the short stack at the table right now, but he's still got a lot of room to work. Chris and I talk poker all the time, so I know he knows my game well. To get the best of Chris, I'm going to have to mix up my normal game against him and give him some looks he hasn't seen from me before.
Say $1,000 ante to each player, 3 and 6 blinds, shuffle up and deal.
I'm going to wait to look at my cards until it's my turn to act. This forces me to pay attention to my opponents, and it ensures that I don't give away any tells of my own hand.
And we're underway here. Chris Ferguson is a short stack. He's on the button. Harmony's first. She passes now to KW. Lets it go, now to Bruce.
All right, fold it around to Bruce.
25,000. Bruce opens it up for 25,000.
This raise could be a strong hand, or it might be a steal attempt. Might be trying to steal the blinds.
Now to Chris Ferguson. Passes. Now to Butch, our chip leader.
Raise.
Butch is going to re-raise the pot. Makes 75,000. Action now to Phil Gordon.
Ace-10 of spades. This isn't a bad hand against a raise from an aggressive player like Bruce, but against a re-raise, this ace-10 is not looking so good. Here's why. Let's say Butch has ace-king, ace-queen, or ace-jack. If the flop comes with an ace, we both have a pair of aces, but Butch's kicker would be higher than my kicker. In other words, his kicker would dominate mine. By the time I found this out, I would have lost a lot of chips. This is actually an easy fold.
So let's it go. Back to Bruce.
Let's do it.
And he calls 50,000 more. Now here comes the flop. Flop is ace, queen, 4 with 2 hearts.
All right, there's the ace. I would have flopped top pair. If I was playing this hand, I'd have to bet out here. If I was dominated, one of these guys would speak up with a big raise.
Check.
Push checks, left to Bruce.
65,000.
65 is the bet.
All in.
Butch has moved all in.
All right, Mr. All-In has spoken up. How would I feel about my ace-10 right now against his all-in raise? I'd feel sick. If I'd played this dominated hand and bet the flop, there's no way I could call here and risk being eliminated from the tournament with only the top pair and a weak kicker. So, instead, I'd have to fold, and I would have wasted nearly 25% of my chip stack on this hand. Fortunately, I avoided wasting my chips by folding this dominated hand before the flop.
Take it.
And lets it go. Push up ace-jack.
Thank you very much. Butch showing his cards here is a classic rookie blunder. I'm glad he did, though, because now I know for sure my ace-10 was dominated by his ace-jack. Trust me, I know how tempting it is to play dominated hands like aces with medium kickers, or even hands like king-jack, queen-jack, or king-9. These hands are very seductive when you've been dealt 10 junk hands in a row, and you're dying to get into a pot and play some poker. Don't be seduced. Sit on your palms if you have to. You see, the trouble with dominated hands is that when you win with them, you usually win only a small pot. But when you lose with them, you often get clobbered because top pair is so hard to get away from. That's why dominated hands are called trap hands. They trap you into losing a lot of chips. I really want you to avoid making the mistake that cost me a bundle when I was learning this game. I really want you to avoid domination. Hal, if you think your hand could be dominated, fold before the flop.
Most of you already have an idea of what cards to play in different positions and table conditions, so I'm not going to go into detail here. For those who want to review, I've included an insert in your DVD package that can be used as a guide.